Good morning, San Diego. Hello, everybody, and welcome to the EverQuest 2 Rum Seller campaign stream. I'm Schueller. Some of you guys know me as Roshen, and I've got a whole bunch of people with me that'll introduce themselves one at a time.
Carlos Mora, Gninja on the forums.
Let's have you lean in for half a minute here, or at least talk.
Is it actually working now?
Yeah,
yes, we're live. The camera's here.
There you go.
Nope.
Okay, and then we're going to flip over to the couch and let these guys...
That sounds wholly inappropriate. I'm Holly Longdale. I'm the executive producer of EverQuest and EverQuest 2.
And I'm Robert Fouts. I'm a game designer on EverQuest 2 and Caith on the forums.
Okay, so do we want to chat it up here at all, or do we just want to jump into the game?
Couple of top line things. EverQuest 2 is still down while we're doing our update for Rum Seller, so we're planning to be up around noon. The website is working if you want to purchase Rum Seller there or get more information on it. We'll be talking about it here. So today we wanted to show you some tips and tricks for some of the raids that Carlos designed, and he'll go into those first. And we'll walk through some of that stuff, and then Kyle or Kander is going to show you a new thing that's coming probably, if not, within a day or so. It's called the Rogues Gallery, and we'll talk a little bit about that and some mercs that will be made available on our store. But the zone's really cool, and the characters are really cool, so we'll give you some details on that. So, yeah, over to you, Carlos.
All right, so let's kick it over to Carlos here.
All right. Well, I mean... not sure exactly what all we're going to show, but do we want to show the other thing we talked about?
An outdoor thing that will not function
you might as well
indoors.
do that now. So yeah, this is coming next week.
Okay, let's see.
I'm sure it'll be a great shock to everyone.
Yay.
What is it?
What the duck is that?
I have no idea what it is. I was just said I had to show this, or else. What I do want to show, though, is their run animation, which is fantastic. Let's see here.
Back it up.
We've gone quackers. Oh,
too close, a little too close.
That's what a duck looks like in reverse. That's
beep, beep.
The thing. Yeah.
Yes. Just love that. That's so great.
So those
I'm
will
sure
be out next Tuesday.
Okay, yeah. So originally we talked about April. We're looking at May 5th now for the ducks. You can find those in the marketplace, and there will be 4 different colors.
Yes, and there is a unique one for a limited time that we are calling the Quackin'.
So we're going to release the Quackin'?
Yes, we will release the Quackin'.
I'm sure between pulls and raids, this is raid thing, so everybody will be on their mouse just going in circles, chasing each other, and making quack noises. Which
we should have a duck race.
We should have a duck race.
We should have a duck race.
Like
we'll do that in our next.
How about
live
like
stream.
a naked gnome?
A naked gnome duck race? Yeah.
Can we make the ducks drunk?
That would be
I'm going to write that down. Note: naked gnome duck race. EverQuest 2 stream. Be there.
That's all we need to do.
And just so we don't feel like we're ignoring chat here, I hear what you guys are saying about PayPal payment. When we're back at the desk, I'm actually emailing people right now, and we will see what's going on with that. But yeah, we want to make sure you guys can get in there. I hear what you guys are saying in the chat about PayPal. And yes, we will definitely make sure that everything is going to be working for you guys.
Yeah.
But servers aren't up yet, so it'll be fine, I promise.
There's time.
Yeah, do a little close-up time here with the duck so you guys can see it.
It's very accurate. Majesty. A lot of research went to the creation of these ducks.
I heard there's a...
You have the white version, right?
Yeah, I have it.
So there's a white and a black and a standard duck version, which is the mallard appearance you see before you.
It's a little bright.
And then the Quackin' it's the big secret until next Tuesday. I'm sure you can guess what the color is. But...
Can I have a hint?
No!
That's the one. Let's see.
Quackin'. Well, we need to actually get the game sound on. They were curious what sounds they make.
Yeah, we try. I think the audio team tried to limit it because, quacking can be super annoying if it's consistent. So it's on. I think we have a few idles. We've got some random ones in there, so you're not getting quacked at every 2 seconds.
We're all just waiting silently, waiting for a quack.
Oh, you just gave away the duck.
Quack?
You're like, we're not supposed to show the quack. Oh.
There we go.
Too late. So you got the quack?
Yes, that was a quack. Yes.
There was a subtle quack.
Subtle
A
quack.
subtle quack.
That was
It
me.
wasn't over. Oh, that was you. All right.
Yeehaw.
Honk. That's a goose.
Will we get a hot
It's a duck.
pink duck? I
It's a
don't.
Norath.
Yeah.
A deuce.
Double Dodgers on the 24th and a half century.
Just wait for that to drop.
It's too early. Oh. All right, so on to rating.
Yeah, look. The rate is there. We're going to go in.
And I appreciate you, Floofy. Floofy123 signed up for Twitch specifically to comment on the duck, but not specifically to comment about the duck, just to let us know that they've signed up to comment about a duck.
All right. Well, I'm not sure how many people on the stream have gone through the beta content for the heroic and the solo stuff, but this is kind of a continuation on that story. A little backstory on that is, in the solo, you go in and you're trying to take the rum from the Farsees guys and give it to the pirates so that they don't become all hostile and stuff because they don't have the rum. In the heroic, you kind of find out that they kind of pulled the wool over your eyes and they decided not to cut you in on the deal, and you have to go back in and kind of try to shoo them out. You do, for the most part, shoo them out, but it doesn't quite work, and the pirates end up taking over the entire place, and that's where the raid takes over. Right now we're on the basement area, which is kind of just some waterways, some crocodiles that are ignoring me because I'm cheating. And you can go up any of these lifts to the top. Believe in the raid, all of them are active. You don't have to do any unlocking or anything, but you do have to fight some bosses in certain orders. The first 3 bosses are available in any order. After that, they'll either one or more will spawn based on what you kill. Okay. Sorry. Hey, look, I just got an achievement point
And fell through.
I walked off of
Oh.
it. Man.
Player error.
So while we wait for it to come back down, hey, at least it's realistic.
It's what players are going to go through.
We've never had problems with elevators. I'm not
Elevators
sure
ever.
what the deal is.
The elevator boss is a tough boss, but I'm glad we're showing what difficulties players might experience when going through the Rum Cellar.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, don't
Just-
drink
just-
when you do it.
Especially if you're Ratonga.
Just to throw this out there are no bosses in this zone on elevators.
Tom Toby
Just
wants to
making that
know
extremely clear.
if you were celebrating Rum Cellar with rum before the servers even launched, dude.
We had beer yesterday.
Did we? I don't know.
I don't know.
Yes, elevators always work in ET2.
Yes, always.
Always.
All right, so I'm going to cheat, and I'm just going to go to one of our bosses that I think is really cool. And that's Captain Bergen.
Gee, is that a reference of some sort? I
What are
have
you
no
talking
idea.
about? No way. That is no way in reference to anything at all.
We
Stay
are
thirsty,
we're
my
purely
friend.
Creative.
Stay thirsty.
We're all originals here.
Right. And it is no way a reference to the commercial where he's on the boat splashing water all around over the place.
I have no idea
That
what
when
you're
you
talking
fight him, you might have to splash water on things in the room to get them
Oh,
to
spoilers.
cool down. That's a no way reference to anything.
about. You came up with it first.
Here, Kyle over here. All right. So let's go to another boss here. This is
It's called
Swabber
Kyle
Rotgut.
Rumbles like crumbles.
This is Swabber Rotgut. He's hanging out here, and he's kind of taunting somebody who's running up top there. One of the workers from the Farsees. They're
Look
having
at
a
her
little bit of
go.
fun with her. Yeah, they're all kind of. We've even got some spectators over on the side over there, kind of drinking up to it. Just having some fun. I'm sure she's amused. Yeah. There's more sighs coming from Kyle over here. I'm not sure what's going on.
Pirates hanging out at the pumping station.
Yeah. Hey, whatever. Alright, this is Brutus, the imbiber. You can guess what he does.
Imbibes?
Imbibes. Then there's the the base pop in here, we tried to make it a little more interactive. They say things from, well, quite often. I mean, they're drunken pirates. They've got to be talking. But like he's saying, you know, the bottle is bigger than this gnome, and it's all mine. And there's a gnome standing here that's actually smaller than the bottle he's holding.
Would you say that gnome could drink his
so
weight in rum?
Maybe. He's got his own little miniature bottle. Look at that. Oh, it's like a shot. But anyway, yeah, this fight is pretty cool. People in the fight will get thrown into these little pools, and people will have to figure out how to get them out. If all the pools fill up and he can't throw anybody else into a pool, he might just dump those pipes on everybody. And you're gonna have a bad time. Yeah.
Okay.
All right, I'm
That
gonna
is
go
also another reference.
to
We don't know
our
about
one-shot
that.
boss, which is actually, I'm not gonna give anything away on this fight, but I can spawn him here.
Runs, babe. Okay.
So while you spawn that, someone's asking if they need to have completed the Altar of Malice signature line before they can do anything in Rum Seller.
No, not at all. It is, once you buy the content, you can come right in. And all the zones are unlocked as well, so you don't have to do any sort of locking or unlocking by doing the solo or heroic or whatever. It's all open.
No gating anything.
Yep, no kidding. So this is Kildian. For anybody who's done the beta content, you'll want to kill him by this point because he's kind of a jerk, and he's not very nice to you in the solo. He has you do a bunch of tasks for him, and then
Can we bring a camera angle in a little bit closer so we can see him? Because you're zoomed out a little far away right now.
Sure. Let's see here.
It's the second time I've seen the
He's
kinda
also
drunk.
depressed.
Yeah.
Or
Aw.
something.
And a purple
A
dot.
panda with wings.
Somebody took his rum away, so he's kind of depressed.
Oh,
Look at him. He looks about to cry.
It'd be amusing if there's like rum in one of these things over here, a box
Well,
or
no,
maybe
they're
one
all
of the
empty.
barrels.
Well,
Oh,
I mean, there's fruit and stuff, but I mean, who wants to drink or eat fruit when you can have rum? But yeah, there's some cool mechanics in here. He is a one-shot boss, so if he defeats you, he's just gonna laugh at you and deny
his
you your
loot.
fat loots. So have fun with that. Yeah. Let's see what else. Let's go to Chandra. She is. Let's have to spawn her since nobody's been
Emo raid boss. That's a good one.
cheating here.
what kind of map do we have there in the background?
That is the map of Norath, I believe. It's an old one.
That's pretty fancy.
Yeah.
These pirates have been around for a while.
Yeah, a little bit. So this is Charonda, which is one of our notable bosses in this content. You interact with her in both, in all the solo, the heroic, and the raid. And then this is Nibbles. Yeah, he's
Nibbles has seen better days.
Yes, he has. And I think that's just
Better
because of
than
all the
Rum.
things that get thrown at him by the players. Because if anybody's done the Swashbuckler epic and seen that little parrot that follows you around afterwards, and it's really, really annoying, yeah, this guy's times 10. So you'll definitely get tired of him, and you may be able to get some payback later on. But you get to interact with him a little bit in the heroic as well. I think you actually have a choice to either let him go or try to take him out. No, I said try. Yeah, Rark. See, they know what I'm talking about. But yeah, Charonda's pretty cool. It's probably one of the more difficult fights in the zone. There are 10 fights in the zone. I'd say probably about 3 of them are pretty difficult. They're probably around middle of cathedral difficulty. Everything else in here should be on par with Zavatloa. So little leaning more toward the easier side of things, just to kind of fill more content into that area, since there wasn't a whole lot of easy to moderate content in AOM. So
And a quick question we've seen come up a few times in the forums. It's over here in chat right now. People were asking about discounts for multiple campaigns at once. So not for this one.
yeah. I've said in everything I've said publicly. That's for starting with the larger pieces of content, like the fall campaign. We'll have a bunch of different options for that. This one, the Rum Seller campaign, is kind of its own little animal. But yeah, the discounts for multiple accounts on campaigns will come this fall.
Okay, so nothing like that for Rum Seller. What you guys see on the website now are the purchasing SKUs for Rum Seller, so you guys can get in there and see kind of what's available for that.
And that kind of speaks to like Rum Seller doesn't have the notion of a collector's edition or like gameplay packages, which is something we'll probably put together for fall. So I think I mentioned we might do something like an adventurer's package or a decorator's package. So rather than only having 2 products, we'll have some flexibility that will suit probably a variety of play styles as well as people who have multiple accounts. That's the goal. Yeah. Aces.
Yeah. So I mean, I'm not sure what else you guys want me to show on this. There's
You die in a horrible death.
me die. I can probably do that. Yeah. I'll have to not cheat, but oh, I forgot to mention that. Yeah, Nibbles is going to taunt you every time you wipe on this boss. Get used to it.
And on the question for gifting Rum Seller, you can on the webpage you have the option to gift Rum Seller. Yeah. And the bundles too, I believe. So we've got because AOM is required for Rum Seller, there's some discounts on Altar of Malice bundled with Rum Seller. And there's a discount if you scroll down the page to the Altar of Malice section, the upgrade to the collector's edition is discounted as well, and then you add your if you're an all access member, you add the additional 10% discount on those, I'm told.
It's a pretty good discount for people who are missing Altar of Malice or people who are picking it for an account that doesn't have it right
decent. Yeah, yep.
Selfie.
Sorry. Yeah, he's just smacked me with his wing. Do you see that? So yeah.
You good?
I'm good. Yeah, I'm not sure. I don't want to give away too much. You know, if I give away too much, then people, won't have, they'll have too much insight on what to do, and I want people to really figure this out because I mean, it's. I put a lot of time into this. I put a lot of details into this. There's a lot of hidden stuff.
You're talking about this particular raid?
This raid, yeah. There's a lot of hidden achievements. There's some cool achievements. There's some achievements for doing things in certain ways. There's also this little buff down here in the corner that it's called 3 Sheets to the Wind. Drinking alcohol in the zone can have interesting effects. Interpret that any way you wish.
Okay,
It could be in real life. It could be in the game. It's up to you.
Both.
Yeah. There may be achievements tied to that.
Someone asked what level the loot is for the campaign.
The loot is you fully from obviously solo as it's got some good stuff as well as some intermixed stuff for intermediate easy players. There's going to be some stuff that absolutely everyone wants.
Yep.
Actually, quite a bit of that.
Like what, for example? What would be something everybody would want from the zone?
The secret.
Yeah,
Okay.
there's a couple drops that are absolutely best in slot that we're not going to be spoiling.
Okay. So it'll be a surprise for people after servers come online.
Yeah.
Do we want to show people Drunken Monk Merc yet? Or is that something people will be surprised when they...
Oh, no, we talked about it.
But people haven't seen it.
No, you're right. Yeah.
So the question is, do we want to show that today? Or do we want to wait till after servers come up?
We could let them discover it.
Yeah, probably let them find it because he's pretty unique.
He's a character.
Yeah, he's
So with
fun.
that, we can, if Kyle's ready, we could, if we want to talk about mercs, there's plenty to talk about.
We have lots of time is the thing. We have lots of time, so
no,
we can
we're
explore
good.
the space however we want to explore the space.
Yeah, no, I think it's cool if Kyle wants to start
They show a couple
explaining.
more bosses.
Couple more bosses? I can do that.
Or we could do like a half-C action, where we go to Kyle's cam, and then back to your cam if you want to stage something over here.
Well, if Carlos, if you could pick one of your raids and give some of the strats like you did,
Sure,
some of
I can
the
do that.
hints, yeah, that'd be great.
Yeah, I can do that. Let's see. Let's go.
I said strats. I'm so embarrassed.
So we can give away a little bit of Captain Mergen
Nerd
here.
Factor 5.
All right, so this guy is interesting. I mean, he does this thing where he's splashing water all around, and you gotta, if you watch. Obviously, I'm cheating. He's just beating on me, and I'm not doing anything. These vats will start to heat up, and you can pull him toward them, and you'll see like the
Check
green
kitchen.
text there goes away. Kind of drag him back, and oh look, there's another one overheating. So this fight's going to keep you on the move quite a bit. So yeah, have fun chasing your target while you're trying to backstab it.
Backstab.
Backstab it. Yeah.
So chat's a little bit delayed for us. So Holly just caught the bit here where some people might have a little LOL action in there. But
With a snort.
Snort.
With a nose this big, it's kind of hard to avoid.
So if you don't put out the vats, and,
Blood Daddy's giving you good out though.
they start to overheat. Eventually
Aw. Sweet.
they'll explode. Eventually. Yeah, there you go. Oh. And it killed me through my cheating.
Oh.
Just
Your
like you
hacks
guys.
are not good enough.
they're curious if healers can heal through that.
Heal through. I was just invulnerable and it killed me.
So you're saying there's a
no.
chance?
You're not going to heal through that. No, you cannot have our god mode. Not happening. And of course, if you wipe, he goes back to just being Captain Morgan. There's other little things. I mean, there's some spells that he casts on people. He may or may not snare you from time to time that you have to cure. So moving gets a little bit harder to do. But there's also there's nothing in here really stopping people from using immunity items. A lot of the fights in here, since they're meant to be easy, they'll allow you to use like the immunity runes that make you immune to roots and snares and those type things. So if you want to use those to make things a little bit easier, hey, feel free. It's
Oh, Kyle, do you want to talk a little
There's
bit
some
about the target?
awfully piratey music in there too.
oh yeah.
Kyle, do you want to talk about the target for the content? So Kyle said they're meant to be easy. If you want to talk about
Yeah.
the goal.
Well, in my post I made, I said that we felt, mostly the design team, that we were a tiny bit light on casual content. We actually went back in beta and made a lot more of the content that was already there casual, but we just felt like we didn't have enough. So a lot of this is targeted towards the casual player. The raid, there's a good amount of stuff in here that we hope will be able to be pickup rated. Be able to grab your friends and do some of these raids with a pickup raid. A couple of the bosses are a little more difficult, but nothing in here is, tier 3, raffle stomp you into mush. So that's
So
the best way.
mostly all of chat except for Tom and Toby would like to see you, Kyle. If we switch this around, did you want to try to lean in here a little bit, or so?
Yeah, so that's the target. A lot of the stuff, most of the stuff is casual. The solo is a true solo. You can't take a merc in there because it's basically an event solo that's meant to tell you a storyline, and there's some trickery and stuff you have to do in there. And then the heroics are pretty casual, eccentric. That's the target. There is some stuff in it that I think there's a challenge mode in the heroic zone. There's a challenge boss for the people who want something really challenging, and that's the target.
Just can't keep rats off the table.
Yeah.
But the loot is actually it's aimed at everybody. Everybody's going to want to
There's
go
gonna
in
be
there
stuff
to get
for
some
everybody.
awesome stuff.
Yep.
Rare item merchant. We want to chat about rare item merchant at all?
We don't really have plans to put a rare item merchant in right now. That's something we typically do toward the end of the expansion,
Right.
or well, I guess campaign cycle now. We've talked about this quite a bit on the forums, and it keeps coming up. But it's kind of the chase. I mean, rare items are supposed to be rare, so we don't want to make it to where it's
why they're called
guaranteed
that.
after a certain amount.
As I've told Felden, rare items are rare.
Yeah.
It's in the name.
Olivia, it definitely shouldn't be. If that's true in Euros, go ahead and PM one of us on the forums, probably Roshen. It definitely shouldn't cost you more in Euros if you're trying to buy Rum Seller with Altar of Malice together.
Yeah, that shouldn't. be happening. Although that's an obvious statement. We'll look into it.
No Kander wig in Rum Cellar, but
Ow.
you can get an eye
Yet.
patch.
You can get an eye patch. You can get 2 eye patches.
Yeah, 2 eye patches. I wouldn't recommend walking around with 2 eye patches. I mean, that might be difficult to play.
Hey, Carlos, do you have an eye patch on your rat?
I might, actually. No, I do not.
Well,
Because I'm wearing
Aw.
the awesome face mask. They look great on Rotungas.
Rotungas have an eye patch already, so they can,
I
with this, actually have 2 eye patches at once.
The face mask you had there, was that something from Rum Cellar, or that's something from somewhere
no,
else?
that's a station cash item, I believe. Yeah, it's a station cash item. It's I think it came out with Bristlebane Day
Oh yeah.
last year or the year before. Yeah. I love them. They're great. They look awesome on
The
rats.
player
They are
studio
very
mouse
cool.
this year were crazy. Yeah, in a good way.
So before we flip over to Kyle's cam, people were asking if you wanted to give any hints for Easter eggs for things in this campaign.
Well, I think I already did with the drunk thing. There may be achievements for all these bosses for being completely smashed and killing them. Maybe.
Sweet.
Also, you have to do that out of game as well.
Yeah,
It's
it's
a
better.
rule.
It's better if you're drinking out of game
like every
and you
day at
can't see
work.
the screen. It's all blurry.
Like I said, every day at work.
I thought it was my eye surgery.
Yeah, I know. No.
So, by the way, the place that we're in here, I mean, this is the storerooms of the Rum Cellar. This is a locked area that you unlock as you go through and defeat the different bosses. This area will come open after you beat Charonda. Charonda's kind of the midpoint of the zone. She's boss 5. And that'll unlock this whole area back here. There's a bunch of fights back here that, like 3 fights that are kind of a practice for the last fight. That's about all I'm going to really give away on that. But yeah, it'll help you out if you learn the strategies inside and out. If you come in, I mean, the fights are pretty easy. So if you come in and you just power through them, then it's on you. You're not really going to know really what to do with that last fight. So the messaging on the last fight is also much less. So by practicing these fights, it'll give you a leg up on the last one.
Hey, Carlos, someone's asking, is the buff in the zone from drinking any alcohol or only the alcohol from the zone?
Any alcohol. Any alcohol will. It's based on your level of inebriation. So the game checks how inebriated you are and may or may not apply a buff.
IRL?
Oh well, I don't know. that'd be some interesting coding. Let me tell you.
Let me have to find this thing because I can't fix the links here.
Oh.
There's a question about dropping
That was the
green
wrong
adorns.
button.
The same green adorns that
Wrong
drop in
button.
the other raid zones for the raids will also drop in here. So it's the same ones as the raid. There are also other green adorns that are dropping in the heroic and solo. And solo as well, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Any other questions on raid stuff? Now's your
I mean,
chance. I'm not answering on the forums at all.
People are most of the people are asking for hints.
Hints.
And then a few people are saying, don't give any hints.
Oh, yeah, well. Okay.
Actually, there is someone asking a question about the alcohol tolerance. There has been some improvements to the alcohol tolerance, so yes, if you're very tolerant of alcohol, you can still get drunk. Again. You can get drunk again.
Now, keep in mind though the buffs. This is mostly for fun. I mean, the buffs that you get from the drunken buffs. I mean, it's a little extra DPS. I mean, it's nothing huge. It'll help with heals maybe a little bit, but I mean, you'll also not be able to really see very well. So I mean, take it for what it's worth. It's not required at all in any sort of balance in the zone. It's more just a kind of a fun thing. Somebody asked about the resist. The resists are set based on the difficulty of the fight. They are set on each individual mob, so you can use your scout ability to check what the resists needed are. They're in line with Zavitloa and High Hold Pirates kind of stuff, so it'll be very similar to that. There's nothing in here that requires you to have cleared the expansion or AOM in order to get in here or do anything.
And someone asked just really quickly about Ancient Scrolls. No, we're not going to be increasing the rarity or decreasing the rarity because again, they're rare. Go out and do more things.
Oops. My bad.
Break it.
I just broke it. Look at that.
So we can,
You
Kyle,
break
if you
it,
want.
you buy it.
So should we flip over to... actually, let me do the cameras first while you fix that.
There we go. I got
We'll
it.
do the 2 camera setup here. I should have clicked that right away. But you're back.
I'm back, but that's okay. It's fine. Just wanted to show the barrel rollers here.
Oh yeah,
Rolling
that's
barrels around the
cool.
zone.
Wow.
Aw.
And then it disappeared.
Yeah.
And
He
then it pops.
drank it.
He
I
drank
guess.
it.
Yeah.
Magic consumption.
Norath is a magical place. The barrels just disappear.
I feel like we talked about green adornments. People were asking about green adornments and the different parts that are getting added to Rum
Yeah.
Seller.
There will be green adornments and new heroic and solo content.
Heroic and solo, yeah.
The raid, there's no new raid green adornments.
But they
It's
do
the same
drop.
ones that you get from the other raid zones, but they do drop in here as well.
Yeah.
And do we miss anything here? Do we want to talk about any of the class changes that were going live with the patch today? Because we had some of those class adjustments that were in beta.
Yep, we've got some improvements for tanks, scouts, as well as summoners. Our major improvements to anything to do with summoner pets. Summoner pets now have a complete new AI. They've moved over to a complete spellcasting base for damage, and we've reworked a few AAs so that that's more appropriate for them. Ultimately, we wanted to make sure that every summoner pet is fun and useful to play with, and I think people will find that it is definitely a lot more fun to play with your tank pet now that it'll cast his spells. The scout changes, we're doing scout changes in stages. I want to make that very clear. Nothing's in a this is done, we're not going to touch scouts again type of stage. We want to move them up because we don't want to go so far off the deep end that they're broken the other direction. So we've seen a couple increases, or what you will see a couple increases with their offensive stance, where they're going to increase their base damage. So if you actually their final damage, if you do 1,000,000 damage with this, you will do 1,000,000, 80,000. So an 8% increase will be an 8% after all other calculations. Tanks were moving also a little bit slower in on. We're increasing their offensive ability, but we're again not going to make a massive sweeping change, especially with Rum Seller. May see more of it towards the next campaign, but we're moving their damage up to where we want it and where they're fun and interactive to
We're
play.
massaging their damage.
Massaging their damage.
So someone mentioned summoners, but I guess anybody. Will they have to redo their AA trees after these changes?
They should not have to redo their AA trees. The spells themselves have not moved around at all. You may want to redo your AA changes, redo your AA spec because of some of the changes, because there's some very, what used to be not very desirable AAs that may very well be very desirable now. But you will not be forced to do so.
Okay, and I think that's where we're at. Do we want anything over here in Carlos Cam?
We I saw some questions about weapons in general. Yes, there are weapons that drop in Rum Seller, and they're pretty nice weapons. There's even a couple.
And there are new cloaks and belts. Definitely new cloaks and belts.
Yep, the belts actually something that are very, very, very nice. You'll like those.
And something new with your armor set adorns.
Yeah, all sorts of goodies.
Holly
somebody
had her
mentioned,
daybreak photo. Someone's like, will Holly release her daybreak photo like other employees? Yeah,
It's
just...
totally out there.
did you put
It's
it on
out
your
there, yeah.
Twitter or just your Facebook?
Both.
Okay, follow her on...
I didn't actually use it for
Okay.
my Twitter
So,
thing.
if you see, so her Twitter tag now, I put it up here, the Windstalker. If you don't follow her on Twitter, do that because she tweets about EverQuest and EverQuest 2 stuff quite a lot. And maybe sometimes employee pictures wearing jerseys and moose hats. I mean, like... So...
I was going to say I'm not Canadian, but I am Canadian.
I'm sorry about that.
I'm Can-American. I don't know.
Yeah, there was some other. There was another question on. Oh, yes, there is a new double cast item in there. It drops off of one of those bosses. I'm not going to tell you which one.
Somebody wants to know what the quiver is you're
Looks like
wearing.
Oh, the
Somebody's
quiver.
passed out
Quiver
over
is
there.
another
Oh.
station cash item.
A lot of booze.
Oh, sorry, I have 3
Scroll
minutes.
in.
Yeah, it's cool looking.
I hate being 3 minutes.
It's basically
behind the
a
times,
cloak
just
slot
freaking
item.
out.
And
It's
whoever's on
fucking
Daybreak Games, I appreciate you posting a link specifically to the Windstalker post of the picture.
Sweet.
So it's in the chat now. If you guys are
Sorry.
curious, not only can you find Windstalker, you can also find the specific picture we're talking about.
Sorry. Wow, it's like somebody's organized.
The new mount is one of the dirigibles. So
Yeah.
it's the
flying
it's the pirate balloon
Zeppelin,
dirigible mount.
Which is a lot of fun, by the way. It was great. Yep.
Any double cast green adornments yet?
No double cast green adornments.
That would be a no.
No. Oh,
Dixella, I appreciate
Thanks,
everything you do.
Dexella. Yeah.
Okay, so do you want to switch over to Kyle Cam? Is he set up, or is there anything here we want to...
nope.
Okay,
that's it.
so...
We want to stare at that drunk guy passed out on the ground.
Because it's going to show your whole screen there. So if you want to have the Twitch chat there, you either want to hide that or just be aware that they're going to
But then
have
I
chat
can't-
in chat.
Then I can't see what people are saying.
Okay, so switching over to Kyle now.
I had it all set up.
He had a smaller window because he's watching
The
Twitch
Windstalker
in
move.
addition to his computer over there.
Yeah, but then we'd have a Twitchception.
I love that idea.
Twitchception.
Okay, so let's let Kyle do what he does.
So we should
Right,
have like Holly
so-
Windstalker with bears and a moose. I'm sorry, like I said, we're 3
I'll
minutes
start
behind
when you
guys.
are all ready.
We're living in the past with the rest of the stream.
One of the big requests that we've had a lot of is basically skins for mercenaries. Unfortunately, with the engine and the way EQ2 works, skins for mercenaries are not necessarily something that's really feasible or easily done. So this is something that this will be on the station store, and basically the way it works is, for instance, you can purchase a crate, and when it's purchased, it will put one of these coins in your inventory that's either a common, uncommon, or a rare mercenary appearance. And these are basically, so like the Archons are basically copies of your favorite Inquisitor Merc. They just have 10 new appearances now. And you can go into the Rogues Gallery, which I'll show after this, which is available in Freeport and in Kinos. The door is in both the Merc areas in Freeport and Kinos. And there is 10 new Inquisitor Mercs in there, and there's 10 new, basically the easiest way to describe is a DPS Monk Merc in there. New appearances that aren't available anywhere. There's some really cool stuff and some really rare appearances that you might not have seen except on bosses and stuff like that. The mercs are the common mercs are the same power as your Inquisitor Merc and your DPS Merc that you get in Freeport or Kinos. There are 2 rare mercs in each bundle, and those are elite power mercs. They look like mercenaries that you can't get anywhere. And then there is one ultra rare merc, which she is a fallen paladin, and I can tell you more about that later. The way it works is you purchase a crate and you unpack it. It gives you a coin. The coins are the contracts, so you can inspect the coin and you can sign the contract. It'll give you a message. You may hire the Archon Mercenary, Dark Hall, Man of War from the Rogues Gallery in Freeport or Kinos, and now you can go to the Rogues Gallery and hire those mercs. One of the things about these coins is the coins are, if you get a duplicate, they're worth status. They can be sold to a status merchant for status. So they're not wasted. And this is the Rogues Gallery here. Let's see.
Troll.
So since the question came up, so when were these available in game for players?
As soon as humanly possible.
So we talking like Tuesday or
Hopefully-
before Tuesday?
Hopefully later today, and
Oh.
if not today, tomorrow.
Right.
It depends. Yeah, we've got a couple of tweaks to make. I say we, I mean Kyle.
Okay, so Kyle can't do that while he's here on the stream, is what you're saying. Okay.
So I think he's done. We just want to make sure that we poked at it as many times as we can. But it's pretty much what you're seeing is pretty much the final iteration. So they'll be on the store soonish, and I think we said they're $9.99, $7.99.
Yeah, this is separate from Rum Seller. So Rum Seller is the
totally
campaign.
separate.
This is something else. So regardless what you do with Rum Seller, these
is a
mercenaries
live
will be
release.
available via the marketplace.
Yeah. So in the Rogues Gallery, this is basically a giant jail cell area. You'll have signs that tell you where to go, and you can see the fighter cell block, which currently is. There are 10 new mercenary appearances in here. Got Clot Bloodweaver, the Revenant. There's a vampire. Woo. There's a Click Clank MNK 42. Yeah.
Does he blow up in the Zavith-Loa fight at the end?
No.
Oh.
There is a Thulosian female ogre mercenary.
So why are they locked up in like a jail?
These guys are kind of the rogues gallery. They're all kind of bad guys, or guys that are misunderstood, that are out selling their power for coin, right?
So it's like the Foreign
still,
Legion.
They're still mercenaries, but we're just kind of giving them a cool place to display them, so it's fun and different. And if you want to role play why they're in here,
Because
feel free
lore.
to do so. Because lore. Yeah.
And then a player asked if there's an easy way to tell which ones they've already scribed.
Easy way to tell which ones they've already scribed.
Like which ones they've
Without
already
going
hired.
to talk to them.
Well, they would show up in your mercenary window. So yeah, and there are a couple, like I said, there are a couple rare mercs and mercs that people have been asking for a long time, like the female Jen and her sort of awesomeness. There is a Wraith mercenary. She's fun. All these mercenaries have different and new backstories. This is my favorite. Master Burl Whittling Fists. And he's a enchanted armor dummy that wants to be a real boy. And
Again, not a reference.
yes, he wants to be a real merc.
Where will players find the mercenary area in game?
These are in the mercenary area in each of the cities. So when you go to the special mercenary areas, there will be a door that is clearly labeled Rogues Gallery. I got caught in the door. And that's where they
LOL.
are. It's adventure. Go find it. And then also,
Quest.
this is the rare mercenary.
Or ultra rare, right?
Ultra rare mercenary. Catastrophe Vile Hex. She's a fallen paladin. She has a very interesting backstory. She may or may not have had something to do with one of the big characters in Norath. And she uses paladin abilities, but all of her abilities have been reworked to be nasty, vile, disease. She's very pissed off and angry. So and she's also a paladin, if anybody, if you understand that. So this is the ultra rare, right?
Right.
Stop laughing, Holly.
I'm sorry. I just saw someone say they had a merc that was shaped like a pickle, and I have no.
What do you
Sorry.
say to that?
That
I,
is-
exactly. All I
is-
can do is giggle.
That
I'm
is
sorry.
that
You
is
just snort.
Gherkin Lord Jerkin.
Now you see how we come up with our names.
It's also why I'm not allowed to name things.
Anymore.
Right.
I think I'm on that list as well. So.
But yeah, she's really cool. She's got wings. Somebody was asking about that. She's got her long hair coming out of her helmet. You don't get to see her face, and there's a reason you don't get to see her face. She might have some secrets. This is her awesome badass shield. Whoa.
Lord Bob Merc. We would do a Lord Bob Merc, but I think the name would take up the screen.
Yeah.
And she's got her Reaver of Shadow sword, and yeah.
So so when you buy one of these, it is a random insert for these. So they're curious about how the randomness works when you're opening one of these
it's just like
crates.
I mean, the best way to describe it is just like opening a pack of Magic cards or a CCG. There's 11 available in each bundle. The way that we did the crates are specific. So there's a fighter crate and a healer crate. So that way you're not purchasing, if you really want a healer skin, appearance, merc, then that's what you can purchase. I'm in the wrong cell block.
They're asking if it's tradable.
Are the tokens tradable?
So the crates are tradable. The tokens are not. Again, the tokens can be sold to a merchant. There's actually a merchant in here
For status?
Yeah.
For status.
for status.
It's a good bit of status too, I believe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you can sell them for status to get your personal status. Ooh.
And we want and another idea behind these, like, this is just the first set.
Mhm.
So probably we're looking at doing them seasonally. So in an entire year, different sets every season, and then next year we'll have a whole new unique appearance, ultra rare, and then we'll start a new cycle next year. So yeah, you'll be seeing these.
The idea is
so
to
often.
cycle in other types of mercs, so that there's lots and lots of appearances for your mercenaries.
You should sell the ultra rare merc to the merchant in there, just so people can cringe.
No. But yeah.
They're not heirloom. So once you have the actual token, the crates are tradable. But once you open a crate, you have the coin. That coin is just on your character.
Yes.
No trade.
So not heirloom, not tradable.
Right. So if you want mercenaries for your alts, I mean, you can obviously purchase crates and give them to your alts, or you can, purchase crates on your alts.
And Fluffy, it will be some limited time. We'll give players notice when we're going to cycle these out.
Yeah.
But the idea is to have different mercenaries as different seasons go on. So as we get ready for the next set, we'll let players know and give people notice so they know that these things are going away.
There's no sound on this. Weird.
No,
Sorry, there's no sound on that computer.
Oh, okay.
There's sound on this computer.
But yeah, and then all these mercenaries have cool backstories. They all kind of explain what they're doing here and why they're mercenaries now. Some of them have happy stories. Some of them have sad stories. Some of them have one of the skins that people have really been asking for is the Othmere. This is a female Othmere. Her name is Maya, and she has a interesting backstory also. So, woo, yay mercs!
Yeah, the zone is not available until until you can actually purchase it. Once that gets all worked out, then we'll turn the zone on so you guys can zone in.
One of the things that we also did different is you can come into the zone and look at all the different mercs and their appearances without actually having their contracts. So
Right. You don't have to find the
Right.
contract first to unlock them.
Yeah, so you can come in here and see what mercs are available.
Zach is curious, which of these mercs is your favorite, Kyle?
I already said that.
Yeah, I think it's going to be
Scroll
Burl.
back. My favorite is Master Burl Whittling Fists.
Yeah.
Like I said, he's an armor dummy that's been enchanted by a powerful monk. Well, okay, so it was a monk sorcerer. It's a hybrid class that we haven't given you yet, and
Not for you.
yeah, and he's pretty cool. He's got all the animations, of a regular human monk. So he does everything that a human monk can do as far as animations and stuff. And he's got crazy fist weapons that'll, yeah.
Pew, pew.
Anyway, yes, pew pew fist weapons. Remember the name, Master
Pew, pew,
Burl
thump, thump.
Whittling Fists.
going to check emails for you, Miss Ibley.
Yeah,
So
well-
the plan was noon. I haven't heard any update, but I've been in a stream that you guys may have heard about
I
before.
heard that the servers are up and live.
I saw somebody saying in there that it was.
Oh, somebody must be
live.
if they're trying to get into the
Right.
Yeah.
Merc Zone. Yeah. So yeah, sorry. We'll have it live as soon as we are finished doing our testing and making sure it's 100%
Yeah.
ready for prime time.
I don't know. I like all of these because I actually got to pick, most of these appearances, and some of them are things that we've put in game long time ago, like the Revenant. He's pretty cool, and he has VO. He says things. He's kind of rude.
So since they can't hear, can you reenact that for them?
No.
Specifically the Cromza.
Yeah. Oh yeah. And then of course I'm in the wrong cell block. This is background.
Well, he's easy to
That's our
hide in there.
intermission music.
Background intermission music.
Okay, so chat says servers are up, but they're still having issues with PayPal purchasing. So we'll look at the PayPal thing when we get back to our desk. But if servers are up, that's awesome. Appreciate it. If Daniel can hear me, you're awesome.
And so this is also one of the Kromzek. He has an interesting backstory. Also, I had to make him sit in the cell because he's too tall for it. So he's got a stool back there and he's comfy. But yeah, I love the Storm Giants. They're something near and dear to my heart. Nostalgic for me. So I decided to put one of these big dudes in here. He's not as big as a normal Kromzek, and he explains why.
He's the littlest Kromzek?
Yes, he's
the runt of the
he's
litter?
the littlest Kromzek. Yes, and then also one of the awesome paladin Drakirians from Sky Shrine, and he has a really cool weapon that he wields.
There's a good balance of male to female
yeah.
stuff.
And then there's the female Talonite.
There's a Bixie in there too.
Yes, there's a Bixie. Yep. Female Talonite's probably one of my favorites too. She's awesome and rude.
Always love that
Rude.
look.
Yes.
She looks incredibly rude.
She has attitude, and she's a badass.
Her makeup is done really well for someone in jail.
Yes, it is. Well, those are tattoos. The Talonites actually have tattoos. Their bodies are covered in ceremonial tattoos. The higher ranking the Talonite, Vallenite are, the more tattoos they have. And you can see she has quite a few, so
Yay, Lord.
she's tough. Yeah.
But yeah, so we got about 7 minutes here. So if we want to chat anything Rum Seller that we could wrap up, Rum Seller campaign releases today. Those are $14.99. All access members get 10% discount. So if you're not a member, that might be something to consider doing because 10% is, pretty neat.
Yeah. It's not entirely trivial.
Or
Yeah,
someone who
so-
doesn't have the Altar of Malice yet.
Yeah.
If you're picking up the bundle, in addition to the discount, you would get the 10%. So if you're someone who doesn't have Altar of Malice, or if you're buying it on an account that doesn't have Altar of Malice, it's a pretty neat little discount there to stack on top of the discount we're already giving people.
Yeah, for sure. And yeah, so the mercenary bundles we'll have on the store and have the Rogues Gallery live as soon as possible. If it's not today, it'll be within a day or so. And then I saw some questions about what's coming in the future. Somebody asked about the deity revamp. That'll be part of our fall campaign. It'll be timed in that time frame. There's some really cool stuff coming with that, and we'll start talking about that in the next month or two. And we are working now that Rum Seller's live. Half the team's already working ahead on the fall campaign. As far as cross-server dungeons, and we're still doing back-end work for our databases and things. So we've got some milestones we'll be hitting over the summer and into the fall. Cross-server dungeons should be late summer, early fall. We'll do it. We'd like to get that done as soon as humanly possible. So that's a priority. And Fabled Dungeons for Echoes of Fadewar, we're not 100% sure when we're going to release those, but probably sometime in the summer. But anytime we have dates, we will certainly let you know with some advance warning, hopefully. But I think those are our big initiatives, right, for the year. And live updates, our weekly hot fixes are likely to continue. Yeah, so we're continuing on with doing new stuff.
Lots of new stuff.
And I think that I'm not sure if it went. I'll go dig up some information, but I
Zoom
think
in a
too,
little
if
bit.
you're a member, the AA feature went in where you could individually point spend and move points. That should be in today as well, which is a really cool feature that you've been asking us for quite a while, just so that you're not undoing your entire AA spend to
Kung
a
Fu
point.
Panda.
So yeah, I think that's pretty much it. Are there any questions come up, Rye, that we should be tackling?
I mean, I don't know how many questions that we have that weren't answered, or some of the other ones that are little like, are discounts unique to U.S. servers? They shouldn't.
What's that?
Are discounts unique to U.S. servers?
It shouldn't
be. So again, something for us to look at.
We'll go
and
chat with the platform team.
Yeah.
Yeah. And the European servers, you're on a different export path, so we had to do another build. And I know our international people will have that. It takes a bit longer for us to send all the data to Europe, but I'm sure it'll be up as soon as humanly possible. And then we'll check into the cost issues on the website with our platform team.
So for some servers, some would say some servers are down. The goal is to get everything up by noon our time. So we're hoping soon if there's particular servers that are still down. But yeah, those are all coming back up. We got the email a little bit ago that those are all coming up as soon as they're able to get servers online.
Yes.
And yeah, we have about 4 minutes. I don't know if you guys want to show anything else, or if we have other questions from chat we can grab in these last few minutes.
I saw someone reporting a bug about their max health charm not staying on after Rum Seller. Send me an email at rfouts@daybreakgames.com, and I'll take a look.
Ta-da!
So that's a run there. I was curious if there's... Tom Toby said there might be some kind of waddle walk. Looks like he's running. Can we turn run off?
Run off?
Do you like run one?
Oh, so you're walking?
So we can waddle.
Yeah.
Totally awesome.
And someone I've never heard of before, T. Toby, would like to see the white one.
White one?
So there's 4 of them.
Yeah, we had I thought we showed the white one.
We
Already.
did.
Well, T. Toby
Tom's
might have
all
missed that part of the stream.
He
And
was
he's
drinking.
requested in the chat.
Never mind that he helped make them, but whatever.
Tom's
This might
been
be the
staring
first
at
time he's
these
seen
things.
them.
Tom's been staring at these every day, for... waddle.
Yeah.
Say
Tom's
when,
been
Tom.
suffering a bit lately.
But again, so a Rum Seller campaign today. Merc bundle, Merc crates whenever they're ready, whenever
As soon as
Kyle's able to
possible.
make it work. Ducks next week, Tuesday.
Yeah.
So May 5th. And anything else that I think...
Yeah, that's pretty much it until we get more dates tied together for stuff. But yeah.
Oh, you just ruined the immersion.
Oh, my duck went away.
Aw,
Thanks.
orange sauce.
Orange
was
sauce.
Sorry.
in these class revamps, like the Scout revamp, are we replacing abilities or just adjusting the values?
No, we're adjusting values. What we're trying to do specifically with scouts is give you more reason to press buttons. Some of the itemization has encouraged scouts to build auto attack builds, and we would like for that not to be the optimum build. We would like for the optimum build for you to have to press buttons and interact with your character, and the idea is that will do more damage, more contributing damage than obviously an auto attack build. So if that's clear.
That's the goal over time. I mean,
Yes,
it
that's
might
where
not
we're
be the
going.
case right away, but it will definitely be shifting that direction.
Yeah, and like Robert said, our plan is not to just tweak once and done. We'll be watching closely with scouts and making adjustments all year if that's what's required. So we have some other plans and some other things in motion now to help us adjust damage for individual scout classes. Sorry, not just scouts. And so those of you who are afraid that class balance wasn't going to happen, there's lots coming. So
Yeah, we're about noon right now, so do you want to do one cam and just have everyone come around here? Or...
What?
Yeah, so we're at noon now, so I figure if you're here, we have everybody. Kyle can even come here too if he wants to. Like, you might... But in any case, we appreciate everybody tuning in. Thanks for coming to the Rum Seller campaign stream. And we're going to catch you guys in game. So we're going to probably wrap this up, head back to our desk, and put some people to work.
Cool. Thanks, everyone. Yeah.
So appreciate you guys tuning in. Thanks everyone for their support. And again, make sure you're following the Daybreak channel because there's lots of stuff going on this week, including giveaways, which giveaways are kind of neat. Yeah.
Free stuff is always okay.
Yeah.
Right. Take it easy, everybody. Thanks for tuning in, and we'll catch you on the next one.